We need competitive roads, bridges, tunnels, infrastructure to be a competitive country. It's embarrassing when you visit other countries and you see their airports, their roads, their bridges are much better than ours, and we squander money left and right like drunken sailors. And what's interesting is we had a missed opportunity in the tax plan. We could have used some of that $2 to $3 trillion of corporate private sector cash that was overseas to be taxed to pay for the infrastructure. Instead, we look at things like privatization, toll roads, gas tax, which are all regressive taxes. So I'm not in favor of increasing taxes to pay for something when the money was already available. We could have paid for this, and it's a bipartisan issue. This would unite both sides of the aisle. It would be a great thing for the country if we could just find a way to pay for it. There's a history of cost overruns on big public works projects. They become a payday for people on the government dole. But at the end of the day, we're starting with a $20 trillion debt. That's the problem. It more than doubled under the Obama administration. It's going to continue to rise under the Trump administration. That's why we don't have the money. Unless they're willing to cut something, the money's not going to be there. And it's too bad the debt is where it is. But that's our starting point. We have to find a way to make some cuts if we're going to pay for this plan. Steve Jobs must be rolling over in his grave right now. Apple, we trusted you. You let us down. What else are you hiding from us? Let me get this straight. You intentionally slowed down my phone, you didn't disclose it, and you did this so I would upgrade to a more expensive product. The love is gone. I'm done with you. I'm going to Samsung. I think a lot of people are coming with me. This is not how corporate America should behave. Big tech companies like Apple are too powerful, and the regulators are going to take note. And so goes Apple, so goes the market, because it's a big driver of the overall economy right now. It's a big driver of the stock market averages. And I think that's the real concern here is they have such a high price point on the new product, it creates a lot of pressure. And it's all about brand loyalty, Charles. And if you look at VW with the diesel emission scandal, you can lose those customers, you can lose that trust. They might still buy the product, but the love is gone. And I think that's really the issue is everyone's going to look at Apple a little bit differently, and maybe the company shouldn't have that halo or that premium in valuation that it once had. P.T. Barnum once said there's no such thing as bad publicity, and sometimes the president tweets things that seem a little crazy, but he's crazy like a fox. No politician in history has ever used social media the way this president has, and he's been so successful at dominating it, and he's playing with the media. And look, at the end of the day, he has very low approval ratings, but the sentiment readings for the economy, for the consumer, are off the charts positive. Consumers are incredibly positive. Consumer confidence is incredibly positive. Small business owners are incredibly positive, and investors have been incredibly positive. So the approval ratings matter in some polls, but the sentiment is what really drives the economy, and that's the stuff that people are reading in, they're looking at the policies, and they're reacting to, and I think that's so important.
Stocks to help pay off your holiday bills, Larry.
General Electric. Look, this was the biggest dog of the Dow this year, but it's a cheap stock in an expensive market. Everyone and their brother sold it for a tax sale at year end. Now there's a new CEO, there's a turnaround going on. Time to buy up 20% a year.